everyone, it's Brother Red Potts with another episode of Pray for Japan. Today we're going to talk about the prefecture of Niigata. So Niigata Prefecture has a population of 2,227,496 souls. There is only one city in the Niigata Prefecture that has no churches whatsoever, and our missionary ratio is 1 to every 247,500. So our ratio is actually quite high, and this one city we'll talk about a little bit later. But the Niigata Prefecture is actually it's the 5th largest in the nation, and it has the heaviest snowfall, which I found surprising, being that Niigata is sort of located in the Chubu area, which is more of a central location in the Japanese chain, and they have a very high Buddhist influence in the Niigata Prefecture. It is the Operation Japan Prayer Guide told me that it is actually one of the premier Buddhist prefectures in the nation of Japan. So we're gonna pray a little bit about that, and let's go ahead and change the gears and turn into a time of prayer. This actually may prove to be our shortest Hope for Japan, Pray for Japan video yet. The first thing that we want to talk about always is the COVID-19 situation. We will continue to pray about it until this has left the globe, until we are able to know that this thing has been brought under the control through the power of the Holy Ghost and the grace of God that He will give to us to figure out what this is and how to combat it and how to keep people healthy and aware of what's going on. So we'll keep that in our prayers and pray for every person that has been infected, and pray for those that have recovered, and that they would share their story and they would share their testimony of recovering to encourage faith and hope in people. Because one of the big things, and I released a testimony video that I encourage you guys to look at. One of the big things of this is things have been shutting down and things have been locking up, and there's been several instances where people have been just kind of upset with things being locked up, and that generates a lot of fear, a lot of uncertainty, a lot of anxiety, and I myself, as I talked about in the testimonial video, have experienced some of that firsthand, and it does have repercussions, so just make sure that we're praying for those that are having an underwhelming amount of fear during this situation. We want to pray that God would uplift them and help them to dispel the spirit of fear in their person, in their homes, that God would just come in and be the Prince of Peace for them. The second thing that we want to pray for is our schools, jails, nursing homes, hospitals, orphanages, all those type of places, that God would just move in a mighty way, and that He would touch and just help these facilities during this time especially, and help these facilities to just create a Christian atmosphere, and the Christians that are there to be bold in their faith and go forth and just touch and encourage and enlighten people to who Jesus is and how He can help and touch in this time. Third thing that we're going to move on to the Niigata Prefecture is our churches. We need to pray for church planners. We need to pray for churches to be planted because Japan is a very underwhelmingly churched nation, and Niigata Prefecture, although it only has one city that has no churches, we need to pray that God would send church planners, and He would send evangelists and Sunday school teachers to help plant churches in the nation of Japan. Next thing we're going to talk about, moving on from that church planning, kind of praying for church planners, is the city of Agano, which is the one city that has no church in the Niigata Prefecture. And we want to pray for this city that God would send church planners and evangelists into this city, that He would just help them to cultivate a spirit of Christ in this city, that there would be a powerful church established, and that there would be powerful Christians that would come out of this church and help evangelize the nation of Japan. Last thing that I want to pray for is the Operation Japan Prayer Guide actually mentioned an earthquake that took place in 2004 in Niigata Prefecture, and there are relief efforts that are still ongoing according to the guide today, and we want to pray for those relief efforts, and that people, if they were traumatized by the event, would find solace in Jesus and find hope in who he is. Thank you guys for joining us on today's episode of Pray for Japan. Next week we're going to Toyama Prefecture. And thank you guys. Just go ahead and like and share this video. Get the word out there. Let people know the needs of the nation of Japan, and that we need churches and we need workers and we need people to spread the gospel in Japan. Japan is still one of the most under-churched nations in the world, and we believe that God is not done with this nation. He is not done with the workers that are in this nation, and he is not done with the people of Japan. So we just want the gospel to be forward in this nation and be a light to those that are in darkness. Thank you guys. Join us next week when we go to Toyama Prefecture, and we'll see you guys then. God bless.